All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Saturday morning read. We're excited to start a new book, a new feature, a new chapter. We're going to another level now. We've got the best reader in the world, Ms. Connie Houlihan, is going to start us off with chapter 1. The new book is called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. If you haven't gotten the book already, go ahead and order it. In the meantime, grab a pencil and paper. You're going to want to take some notes. This is going to be explosive. T. Harv Eker speaks about mastering the inner game of wealth. Guys, we're going to dig deep. We're going to figure this thing out. We're going to, really understand how to accumulate wealth. And it's all mindset. I'm convinced. And our expert that deals in that area is going to help us understand that as she reads this morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome to the stage. Now, I want you to get up and just give a huge round of applause to our speaker and our reader today. This young lady is phenomenal. None other than Ms. Connie Houlihan from St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome to the platform, Connie.
Well, thank you so much, G.W. Parker. Your story inspires me. And one of the things I want to start with is the first is that I don't know if it's an official chapter. This book is laid out a little differently. So it doesn't have like traditional chapters. So we're going to read and then we'll tell you where we're going to pick up the next week. And we're just going to go as we go. And so I think this is what I want to tell you. There's time to text your team and get them on this Zoom. There's also time to get your prospects on this Zoom. What Gerald had said earlier is the inner game is everything. We have the how to do it, like with the team that we have of experts that help us with the logistics of becoming wealthy. And I'm telling you, unless and until you fix your mind, you're never going to be able to get there. There'll be things that'll happen. Your unconscious mind will sabotage you. And I tell people all the time, the $150 a month just for the structure of our team to get to be part of our team and have access to this kind of information, plus the training that we do and the presentations we do, that alone is valued at way over $150 a month. And then we have the experts that'll actually get you there. And I'm telling you, if you don't have the right mindset, it's like a car with no gas. So we're going to start with who the heck is T. Harv Eker and why should I even read this book? So I got some new readers today for the occasion for a new book and we're going to get started. So he says, I believe that if you use the principles you learn in this book, you will totally transform your life. Don't just read this book, study it as if your life depended on it. That's a powerful statement. Then try the principles out for yourself. Put them into action. Whatever works, keep doing. Whatever doesn't, you're welcome to throw away. I know I may be biased, he says, but when it comes to money, this may be the most important book you will ever read. I understand it's a bold statement, but the fact is the book provides the missing link between your desire for success and your achievement of success. There's a gap, right? We create the desire, born of God, desire, and then the actual manifestation, the achievement of it. This is the link. I'm telling you, because I've read the book, you want to be on here, and you want your prospects on here, and you want your team on here. As you probably found out by now, those are two very different worlds. He goes on to say, it all comes down to this. If your subconscious financial blueprint is not set for success, nothing you learn, nothing you know, nothing you do will make much of a difference. This is the missing link. In the pages of this book, we will demystify for you why some people are destined to be rich and others are destined for a life of struggle. You will understand the root cause of success, mediocrity, or financial failure and begin changing your financial future for the better. You will understand how childhood influences shape our financial blueprint and how these influences can lead to self-defeating thoughts and habits. You'll experience powerful declarations that will help you replace your non-supportive ways of thinking with mental wealth files so that you think and succeed, just as rich people do. You will also learn practical step-by-step strategies for increasing your income and building wealth. In part 1 of this book, we will explain how each of us is conditioned to think and act when it comes to money. and outline 4 key strategies for revising our mental money blueprint. In part 2, we'll examine the differences between how the rich, middle class, and poor people think, and provide 17 attitudes and actions to take that will lead to permanent changes in your financial life. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. The bottom of page 3, I examined my true beliefs, and I saw that even though I really wanted to be rich, I had some deep-rooted worries about it. Mostly, I was afraid. Last week at the last chapter of Think and Grow Rich, we talked about those fears. Afraid that I might fail, or worse, succeed and then somehow lose it all. How many people do we know, especially in this industry, that make a lot of money and then they lose it? They don't have the mindset to keep it. I'm going to skip ahead over to page 4. Then, so when the author was telling the story, he was back living in he called it the lower level suite, which is otherwise known as the basement of his dad's house. And as luck would have it, he got some advice from an extremely rich friend of his father's. And he said, Harv, if you're not doing as well as you'd like, all that means is there's something that you don't know. Think about that. If you don't have what you want, it's something that you don't know. There's something missing. Did you know that most rich people think in very similar ways? Is the question this rich man posed to T. Harv Eker. He said, no, I never really considered that. To which he replied, it's not an exact science, but for the most part, rich people think in a certain way and poor people think completely different. And those ways of thinking determine their actions and therefore determine their results. I'm going to read that again. Their thinking determines their actions and therefore determines their results. He went on. If you thought the way rich people do and did what rich people do, you would say did. Yeah. If you thought the way rich people do and did, so first the thought, then the actions, did what rich people do, do you believe you would become rich too? I remember answering with all the confidence of a mushball. I think so. Then he replied, all you have to do is copy how rich people think. In NLP, we call that modeling. So you find it role model. And again, being on this team, this leadership council that you get to see on the Zoom meetings, these are people that you get to model. So some people may not have that kind of model in their life, and you get to interact and watch what the leaders are doing to create that wealth. So you have to copy how rich people think. So look on who's here. Copy that. Being the skeptic I was at the time, I said, so what are you thinking right now? To which he replied, I'm thinking that rich people keep their commitments. Again, look around, look who's on the call. Keep their commitments. And mine is to your dad right now. The guys are waiting for him. So he walked away. So I'm going to go on. He said, I learned everything I could then about the inner workings of the mind, but concentrated primarily on the psychology of money and success. I discovered it was true. Rich people really do think differently from poor and middle class people. Eventually, I became aware of how my own thoughts were holding me back from wealth. I'm going to read that again because look in your own life. Eventually, I became aware of how my own thoughts were holding me back from wealth. Where are your own thoughts holding you back from wealth? Write that down. Go back to it after the call and start listing those things out, because we have to take things out just like we put things in. Eventually, I became aware of how my own thoughts were holding me back from wealth. More important, I learned several powerful techniques and strategies to actually recondition my mind so I would think in the same ways rich people do. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. The first thing I did was commit to success and playing to win. I swore I would focus and not even consider leaving this business until I was a millionaire or more. This was radically different from my previous efforts where, because I always thought short term, I would constantly get sidetracked by either good opportunities or when things got tough. He got sidetracked, and then that did not lead to wealth. So focus, right? I also began challenging my mental approach whenever I began thinking in financially negative or counterproductive ways. In the past, I believed that what my mind said was the truth. I learned that in many ways, my mind was my biggest obstacle to success. I choose not to entertain thoughts that did not empower me toward my vision of wealth. I'm going to read that again. This is like, highlight this. You got a highlighter, or write it down if you don't have the book yet. I chose not to entertain thoughts that did not empower me toward my vision of wealth. So here's the thing. Your first thought that you have, oftentimes it comes from the brainstem. It's not your best thought. It's survival. Well, in wealth, like, you're not surviving. Wealthy people are not surviving. They are thriving. So again, like, you have these negative thoughts that come from, our brains, and it's just how we're wired to survive, right? However, we are on this call because we are made for greater things than this. And we are not here to just survive. We are here to thrive. So again, I chose not to entertain thoughts that did not empower me toward my vision of wealth. He goes on to say he founded a health and wellness company, a gym, and then sold it for $1.6 million. He founded a street smart business school and started teaching these principles. And he started talking about the financial blueprint. He says, he quoted one of an author, Josh Billings. This is the bottom of page 7. It's not what we don't know what prevents us from succeeding. It's what we know that just ain't so that's our greatest obstacle. This book is not as much about learning. It is about unlearning. Again, we got to identify those thoughts and remove them. It is essential that you recognize how your old ways of thinking and acting have gotten you exactly where you are right now. So if you want to get a clue about, what are my old patterns, look at your results now. They will tell you everything. If you're really rich and really happy, fine. But if you're not, I invite you to consider some possibilities that may not have fit into your box of what you currently think is right or even appropriate for you. Okay, so we're going to unpack that a little bit. So he talks about the root cause, which is in our unconscious mind. And that is developed before you're 7 years old. And we're not going to be able to correct that unless you're first mindful of that. That's why I invited you, take some notes. What are those thoughts that creep up? And you want to look at, so like when you get to, when you're writing your list, when you're making your list and a name comes to mind, and there's sometimes, I call it the itty bitty shitty committee. Sorry, Gerald, if that's what I call it. And that negative mindset, if you don't even write the name down that would be fantastic in this business because there's some mind chatter that's distracting you, put the name down and work on your inner game. It is about your beliefs, and they are contagious. So if you don't get that fixed before you start talking to people, I'm talking about just the thoughts that arise when you're making your list, not even when you're talking to them. Of course, when you're talking to them, you really need to get your inner game going because our emotions are imprinted on our vocal cords. Okay. So you can literally, people can hear your level of confidence and belief. So there is, like he talks about, there's this big difference between what poor people think and what rich people think. And so when I'm sharing this opportunity with people, I let them know, poor people, their thought is, what will this cost me? That's their mindset. Well, what is this going to cost? Whereas rich people, they think, how much will this make me? Let me say that again. Poor people ask, what will it cost me? Rich people ask, how much will I make? It's a totally different shift in perspective. Also, when I'm talking to prospects, I invite them to put on their entrepreneur hat versus their consumer hat. It's a totally different perspective because we know we have people on this team that they may not need all of the services, right? They might have a great credit score. They might be debt free, right? However, like Mr. Gerald W. Parker, like he is no longer in need of the services in the beginning like he was. However, he does not have his consumer hat on with this company. He has his entrepreneur hat on because he knows 78% of Americans are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. He knows all the statistics that are out there, the marketplace. People need this, and they're going to be needing it even more, I believe. So if you believe that it's too expensive and you have an inner complaint about the cost of our services, then guess what? That's going to be communicated when you talk to people. So you really, I'm telling you, if you get really, really crystal clear on your thoughts and what you're believing and transforming that, it's a game changer. It is a game changer. Also, he talks about commit to success, playing to win. So we have for you that success sheet for you to fill out when you first get started and to send that to your upline partner. And again, like when you go, like get really clear about your belief in this company. And when you're writing that list of the 10 people that's close to you and then the 10 influencers, especially those 10 influencers, I'm telling you, putting it in. So he also talks about putting it into action. So first we think about our beliefs, our thoughts, and then it definitely makes a difference going into our actions. And again, challenge that first thought. Our first thought is coming from survival. It is not your friend. Just every thought that you have, some people take that their thoughts are the truth. And guess what? Your every thought is not the truth. Those saboteurs in your mind are there to like survive. They don't care about thriving. And it's not unless and until you get your mindset straight and you tell those thoughts, thank you for sharing. Thank you for wanting to keep me safe. I appreciate that. So we don't want to just like ignore that they're there because they're there for a purpose. So thank you for sharing. And this is what I have to say about it. This is the future I'm living into. This is the future Connie sharing this with people because this is what I believe. So again, like look at those thoughts, start to write them down so that we can say, okay, that was just there to protect me. And I have something else different to say about that. So I know it's been 20 minutes into it already, and we're still just on the introductory part. And this is the other thing. So we have 20 participants. This Zoom should be full to the rim. We should have Gerald have so many people on this Zoom that they're going to have to expand the capacity of the meeting. 20 people. So this is what I want you to think about. Who on your team needs a shift, including yourself, in your financial blueprint, in your thoughts? They need to be on this Zoom. Who in your network of people that you're going to be sharing with, your prospects, how would you like to have them have a financial blueprint upgrade? Again, every prospect you have should be on this call. Every person that you have that you're working with directly should be on this call. I send a text message to all my people and then I get excuses. And guess what? They're not making any money. And unless and until, and they have the same opportunity as you. So congratulations for being here. And if you are really serious about using this platform, using these tools to create the financial freedom that we know is available, because there's one of the things that T. Harv Eker said in his classes, he would look around, he was teaching the same principles to everyone. However, because some people took action and some people did not, some people became wealthy and some people did not. It's the same thing with this business. Everyone has the opportunity to be plugged in. We have great training coming up tonight with Mr. Fernando Ramirez and Mr. Oh, sweet Jesus. Wendell Phillips. Sorry about that.
Wendell Phillips.
I get excited and my brain goes haywire. Sorry about that, Wendell. Wendell is like, no joke, like seriously, no joke. He's somebody you want to model your financial blueprint after. He is massively successful, and his training, again, we should not have any room on that Zoom. So you want to be here tonight. I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern. I know it's 7 o'clock Central where I am. I'm telling you. So I'm going to take a minute to breathe. And I would love to hear, Gerald, what are you hearing so far? Because I'm telling you, this platform, what you and Benjamin McRae have created is worth well over $150 a month. I pay to work with me privately. It's anywhere from $125 an hour to $300 an hour. That's what I charge.
Oh, no question about it. And when Fernando and Wendell and all the other leaders and Ana Rodriguez and Ben and myself, when we all put this together, Fernando reminded me that if you walked off the street to get this, what we're offering, this entire platform for 7 days, you would pay $300 an hour to a professional. And we have to understand too that these leaders bring years of experience, highly successful in this industry, and they're willing to share these nuggets, much like you're doing today with Rita, volunteering your time to pour into people to help them win. But Connie, I just want to make a couple of points and we'll open it up for discussion. You say play to win. And guys, get that. I wrote that down. Play to win. If not, why even go out and play? Stay in the house. Let's play to win. I mean, if you don't want it, just stay home. Let somebody else go get it. Now, here's the other one too. You said there's a difference between the mindset and thinking of a rich person and a poor person and the way they think. So a poor person is going to ask, what will it cost? A rich person is going to ask, how much will it make me? And that is truly the thinking, ladies and gentlemen. That seriously, this is so profound. I took a ton of notes. Here we go again. It says, now this is my own, not from the book, but I thought about this while you were reading. Think about this, guys. Where you are today is no more than a mirror reflection of how your time has been spent. I heard that years ago. Where you are today is no more than a mirror reflection of how your time has been spent. Look at where you are in your life. And if you're not totally satisfied with that, take a look in the mirror and look at what you've been doing with your time. It is just that simple. We got to have these hard conversations with ourselves. If you want more, then you've got to be willing to do more. And this is part of doing more, being a part of sessions like this to get this stuff poured into you on Saturday mornings. Listen, and you mentioned also that old way of thinking. So we've got to cut loose from that. We've got to let go of that old way of thinking. And my final one in my notes, it says here, are my own thoughts holding me back from wealth? Are my own thoughts holding me? Now, if we understand, Connie, and science has proven this, and you prove this professionally with the work that you do with your thousands of clients, it is mindset, right? So are your thoughts holding you back? If you're not where you want to be, simply because one, first of all, you were born. God gave you that life. You know what I'm saying? He breathed breath into you. So you're here for a purpose. You have an assignment, but he also gifted you with talent, skills, everything you need to succeed. And he went as far as making the provisions, providing you the resources to succeed. So what's holding you back? Why aren't you at your maximum peak right now, living the life of your dreams? The mindset. I'm convinced it's your mind that's holding you back. And my final one on my notes is not to entertain thoughts that do not empower me towards wealth. Anything outside of achieving greatness, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be around anybody that's not talking about it. I'm cutting you off quickly. I hope you understand. I don't have time to apologize. I'll see you on the way back. But I got to get this done. And I'm driven. I'm focused. I've got purpose. I don't have time for no nonsense and no playing no games. If you don't see it, then you just don't see it. I'm not begging you. I'm not dragging you. If you get it, let's run. If you don't, hey, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. I'll just catch you later. But we got to get this thing done. We got to finish what we started here. But what you read this morning, this book,
it's just the intro, right? So this is what I'm saying. Go get your book, go bring your team, go bring your prospects. And you were talking about, it just triggered another thought I wanted to share. So you were talking about your mindset and all the things that is about this book and how you were born. Right. So just the fact that you are here, you beat out all the other, I don't even know what the number is, but it talks about just to have an egg fertilized, right. That you beat out all these other little sperm that were around. You are already a winner, right? You already won.
That was a miracle within itself.
Exactly. And a lot of times people, I call it they have temporary amnesia. They forget who they are. Wow. And they forget whose they are. They forget who they are and whose they are. And you're going to stay in that temporary amnesia unless and until you create an environment. This environment of this amazing team an environment of success that pulls you forward, that reminds you who you are. We'll help clear up that temporary amnesia so you are clear who you are and whose you are when you go out and work this business and bless other people. People are waiting for you. Do you get that? You're the one. You are the one. People are waiting for you. I will tell you, I helped launch this company in 2017. So some of you don't know who I am. I helped launch this company in 2017 with Gerald and Benjamin, and we were the ones doing the corporate calls. And when we had like maybe not even 20 people on the whole entire company call, right, Gerald?
That's right.
And so this company has been a huge blessing to me. Back in the day when they had a luxury car program, Gerald earned a Mercedes, I earned a BMW. I still have, I love it, it's paid off. And I'm telling you, in 2020, my 18-year-old son had a massive heart attack and went to heaven early. He graduated early. He was a senior in high school. And I'm going to tell you, I went through that amnesia. I forgot who I was. I forgot whose I was. And I walked away and I said, Gerald, like, I'm done. Like, I love you. I love the company. I would send clients to Gerald, right? Do you remember? I would send him referrals.
You did.
And Gerald's like, come on, Connie, like, get back in the game. Like, we need you. And I'm going to tell you, I was under that temporary amnesia. My whole world had centered around my child. And I'm going to tell you, not a moment goes by that I don't want him back and with me. And knowing what I know and the training that I've had to change my mind. The best way to honor my son is to take the virtues that he had. He was amazing, and he was an entrepreneur, and he was a positive mindset kid, and live those out in honor of him and in honor of his legacy. Me staying in amnesia and depressed and sad, and I'm not going to lie, it took a lot of work, right? And it wasn't until I changed my mindset about that whole shift until I had joy in my heart again. I never thought I was going to have joy in my heart again, Gerald. And this is what I'm going to tell you. If you could come back to me, my experience in my life, losing my son, and I also lost a baby girl before him. So I have both my kids are in heaven. I have no earthly children, and it's Mother's Day weekend. And I'm telling you, I have joy in my heart. And that's not predictable. That's not typically how the world goes. And it wasn't until I changed my mindset. And then Gerald kept dripping on me. He never gave up on me. Because here's the thing, while I forgot who I was, Gerald, thank you for not ever forgetting who I was. Do you get that? Do you
Amen.
get that you get to be the person that calls people forward and remembers who you are? It is such a blessing.
You've always had it. And ladies and gentlemen, what you don't understand is that when we started MWR Financial, Connie Houlihan became the first executive district director, the first female in the entire company. Not only the first district director, but the first female district director in MWR Financial. She was the lead top income earner when we started this concept back in 2017. So, I mean, I knew the potential that she had. Trying to understand her situation was difficult for me. But again, I kept talking, I kept dripping on it, I stayed in touch. And you know, it happened. She again, that temporary amnesia she talks about. So she's back in the fold now and stronger than she's ever been. So this is truly a blessing. But these are the kind of things that happen, ladies and gentlemen. So Connie, let's open it up for discussion. I'm going to give everybody the ability to unmute themselves. So guys, just raise your hand and come to the platform and let's talk about this. This is truly a conversation worth having. Alicia, out of New Jersey. Buenos dias, señorita. Welcome to the platform.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh my God, Connie. We need this reading in Spanish, and we need this training, because it's not just a reading, it's just a training. I got very, emotionally when I was hearing Connie, because always since I met her through Facebook or Zoom, it's something that she has special, and I can feel it. She feels joy. And joy, you cannot feel that joy from so many people, but she can can show that she really feels joy even though things happen. And I love her so much. And thank you so much for this reading. The mindset, that is really, really true. We have sometimes, so we are scared and afraid of do so many things because always we hear no, no this, no, not that way, no, no, no. And we have to change our mindset. And thank you so much for this training. I love my leader, Mr. Fernando Ramirez. I know it was his birthday. I got very, very happy to meet him and to work with him and with Martha. I love them so much. I love you, Mr. Parker. I love you, Connie. I love everybody in this family. And you are really my family. I feel you like my family. Thank you so much for this training. Thank you. Thank you.
Alicia, we love you too. Thank you so much. It's a joy to serve with you on this journey and to touch people's lives and to change things and shift mindsets and take people into a different direction to help them fulfill their God-given potential. You are worthy of success. No question about it. Let's always remember that we are the children of the Most High God. We're kids of a king. We're the heirs to the kingdom that he's built for us. I mean, we stand in line to be the inheritors of all of this that he's created, and he's given us all of it, the power to be, to rule, to have dominion over all of this that he's created on our behalf. And what I know for sure, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. I'm his child. So listen, this is my daddy. He owns this, right? And
Totally.
we get a chance to share in it, but it just starts here. And here's the thing that I'm realizing, even hearing Alicia speak this morning, this mindset thing works in every area of your life, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Every area of your life, man, it starts right here. The great one himself from Los Angeles, California, up early this morning with us on the morning read, Mr. Fernando Ramirez, Regional Director at MWR Financial, ladies and gentlemen, was able to achieve that in months, not years, months. Welcome to the platform, sir.
Happy Saturday, team. It's great to be here. Thank you so much, Connie.
Feliz Sábado. Sí, señor. Feliz Sábado.
Yes. So I want to thank Connie, for taking the time to read this book. It brought me back to the days that I read it years back. But what I like about what he talks is on learning, right? Because we got the wrong wiring and the way we're conditioned to think about money and prosperity, it really puts your thought in a way of not having, like me, for instance, when I was a plumber, I begged for 3 years for a pay raise. I would never get it. They would always used to tell me, you got overtime. There's plenty of work to make money overtime. I said, overtime doesn't mean anything. Working 72 hours per week average. And I did that for 7 years. I got tired of it. So I was looking to unlearn certain things about money. So when I was introducing the industry, they taught me rewiring my thought pattern to be able to think abundantly and to be able to think opportunity through the obstacles, but you got to have the vehicle. And the vehicle is network marketing. So I said, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me if I rewire my thinking about money and I start to do things that most people are not willing to do, I can earn the money? And my trainer always used to tell me, look at this crowd of people in this room. Okay. And every time we go to events, you're always going to see different faces, but you're going to start to see those few faces that will remain. And I took that challenge and I said, okay, so what does it mean by that? And he says, come back to every Tuesday meeting and bring guests and come back Saturday and make them come back again. And that's going to be your challenge for 5 years. If you master that challenge for 5 years, I won't give you the secret formula because there isn't one. You just got to outwork everybody and you got to start changing your thinking. And when I suggest and recommend a book, read it. Long story short, what did I do? I used to sit in the back of the rows. Slowly but surely, I wanted to be in the front. So as I started increasing my productivity, bringing sales, bringing guests, I started moving all the way through the front because the front row were only for the leaders that were the top producers. And one day I figured it out. 5 years ahead, 2 of us became regional vice presidents from the entire crowds. and they were all new faces all the time. So if you really want to remain big in what you're doing, you got to think about a 5-year game plan, which is what they taught me, to rewire yourself. And once you unlearn, then you can start learning. And what do we learn? If you divide the letter L from the other words, you learn to earn. That's all I wanted to say. Happy Saturday, everyone.
I love that. Thank you so. That's a great nugget.
That is Fernando. I mean, he always brings it. He always brings it. Guys, this is awesome. So Fernando, thank you for your input. Hey, Miss Bartley, I know you're working, but yeah, I love it that you show up every single Saturday. Please go ahead, man. The mic is yours.
Oh, wow. I had to pull over. I think he said Bartley. Let me turn this off. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Parker. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, Ramirez. I thank you guys again for this platform. You know, oh God, I don't want to start crying. I just don't want to get mushy.
That's all right. Take your time. You're with family now, so you're good.
Right. So that's what I was gonna get to next. Y'all have created an environment, right, for me to break down my walls, because oftentimes I feel like I don't measure up. I feel like not inadequate, but I don't have it all. Okay, so let me say this. When I was as an adult, I felt like a little girl inside of an adult body. So I was like, you know, what's wrong with my thinking? What is it that I am doing wrong? I'm pondering on the wrong things. God gave us both. What they say, come see, come side, or what's the term that they use for that? Not come see, come side. Oh gosh, I forgot. What's 6'9" or something like that? What is that called again?
Yin and yang.
Yes. Yin and yang. Exactly. So for every yin and yang, these things are supposed to happen for us to fight, to make the right choice, to learn, to make the right decisions. So I'm glad I found it in my spirit to make the right decision and just connect with people who are more adept and equipped in the mind than me, so I can learn clean and I could become the better, because everyone has a tribe attached to them. And I don't want to let my tribe down because I don't feel the courage. I don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't feel like I'm smart enough, So I'm going to go into, I have to drive, so I have to stop. But I thank you guys so much for this platform. I told you guys, I prayed. Something's going on and I need to get the help. And I just found it. I just saw you scroll across my screen, Gerald, with the group. And I said, okay, let me join the group. And then I started seeing all this different information. And I'm like, God, you love me. You love me, and I'm trying, and I want to win, and you said the other guy reach regional in not in years, but in months, because his mind was ready for it. His mind was ready for it, ready to handle it. Me, on the other hand, okay, I didn't even reach. I reached it in how many months? It took me just to get to executive. But guess what? I'm here to change that. I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to become better, because my tribe needs me. So I thank you for this platform so much. I thank you. I can't say that enough. And have a great and beautiful day, guys. I didn't mean to make it much. I swear.
I appreciate you sharing so very much, because this is the deal, Ms. Barley. We see you, and we know who you are, and we know whose you are, and we know the power that you are emanating, and we know the thousands of lives you're going to impact. And thank you for showing up.
Yes, thank you.
Connie?
Yes.
This is what it's all about right here. This is what it's all about. You guys just heard it. This is what it's all about, empowering people.
Yes.
Surround yourself with the right kind of people. And I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. You could go to the moon. Well, oh, man. Ms. Bartley, God bless you. Thank you. Yeah. We're here for you. We're family. We're going to get this thing done together. No question about it.
And
Ah,
it's an epidemic out there of people who have forgotten who they are. Not everybody has a Benjamin McCrae or a Gerald Parker calling you forward. Not everybody has that. The world is waiting for you. Do you get that? And look at the support. Like, you could not ask for a better mix of people to help us to get you where you want to go and where you're designed to go. It's in our design.
Amen.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. And it is, Connie, no question. Cassandra Wooten's up next. Ms. Wooten, welcome to the platform this morning.
Man, y'all filling me up this morning. I'm telling you.
Amen. Amen.
Yes, man, my just tears flowing. I just want to say thank you guys for being there. I just experienced my son becoming a Marine.
Hoorah!
Congratulations.
And he's about to go to his training to Cap Lejeune, actually Tuesday. And this whole week I've been like filled up and just thanking God that my kids is walking into their dreams. And I put up, on my page, I said, what is my why? And I said, my God, my freedom, my kids, my husband, but just sit back and think about how God already blessed me with so much. And we accomplished so much. And this business, I'm seeing so many people out here in this world suffering. And we're the spokespeople. We have to speak up and we have to tell people what's out here. Just listening to what you were saying about people that don't see it, let them go. Just move on, and I'm getting to that point, I'm not going to hold everybody's hand. I have to move on. We're about to the lady that has to move out of her house. They wouldn't sell the house to keys to home ownership. So she's got to get out this weekend. So this whole weekend, we're planning on getting her stuff in storage. She's staying with somebody. But I talked to Bill, and he said, just send me, if she likes a house, send it to me and we'll buy that house for her. He said, but make sure that's what she wants. So I've been doing a lot of lead work trying to help her find a home that's going to be suitable for her. But you just don't realize who's out there and who needs this help. So I just thank you for the reading today, Connie. Oh my God. You inspire me even the more. I'm sorry for your loss. And I just know it's going to be even more powerful, even more for you in the future. So thank you again. Thank you for your help and support. And we are a team, and there's no I in team. So thank you.
Oh, bless you, Ms. Wooten. Thank you so much. And congratulations to your son. And Ms. Bartley's son is a Marine as well. So isn't that quite ironic? And then I myself am a former Marine. So you got something, ladies.
Now, wait a minute. I heard once a Marine, always Marine, Mr.
Always a Marine, always a Marine.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, my pleasure. But you got something, ladies. Your sons are really, really, oh yeah, that's going to be special. So listen, I thank God for all of you. Who else do we have on the platform before we begin to wrap things up? Ana Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen, again, you want to talk about possibilities and somebody who had the right mindset to go after what was put in front of her. This young lady has absolutely done it. I told you about Fernando Ramirez making regional director in months. There were months prior to that she made it even sooner. So Ms. Ana Rodriguez, welcome to the platform, man.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. And Connie, thank you so much for coming back because we really needed you. Like, I didn't know who you were, and Mr. Parker was talking about you all the time, we got to bring her to the team because she's this, she's that. So now I know who you are. Thank you so much for coming. Like,
Pleasure.
I
I'm
really
so
admire.
glad to be back. I'm so glad to be back.
Awesome. And this morning, I just wanted to share you guys that most of the time, like actually every day, we have things that take us away from our destiny and from our goal, right? And what we gotta do is we gotta make the people around us, our family, and make them accountable. Let them know what our goal is, because sometimes they don't think we're doing anything, and they don't think, especially when we're working from home, they think, oh, that's an MLM, or that's your business, you can do everything. But like, that's not important. That's your business. And I'm gonna tell you this really quick. My daughter, she needed me right now because she's finishing her nursing school. So she's like 2 months away to graduate, and she doesn't have, help right now. So she asked me to come to her house to help her with the kids. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go help you with my granddaughters, but I have something to do. I gotta pick up a ring in August in Vegas. So I need my numbers to go up, not down. So I'm going to be helping you, but you need to make sure that I have time to work, that I have time to do my Zooms, to make my calls, to do everything. And then she was like, no, Mom, I'm going to help you. You know what she did? Yesterday, she came with a to-do list for me. To-do list, do it by her, like 30 messages a day, calls these days. She did a schedule for me after these hours. And then right now she came with my she cleaned my Instagram. She's helping me with social media, And I told her, I'm gonna be watching my numbers every day. My numbers cannot go down. I need this amount of customers or agents by August. So you gotta help me do this. So she's involved with me. I'm helping her, but she's helping me too. So that's what we gotta do. We gotta take the things that come to our life, and we got to keep going, but we cannot forget our goals. And that's what happens most of the time with people. They get distracted with everything in life. Life happens. Life happens for everybody. And we just need to keep our activity, make sure that activity that we do keep us closer to our goals, not, apart. So that was my 5 cents today. Thank you so much for your reading. Back to you, Connie.
Thank you.
Anna, thank you so much. Connie, they're pouring so much into us this morning. This is so exciting, guys. But this is what this is all about. Imagine every day, waking up to a group like this, to be inspired, to be motivated, to have people pour into you. I mean, what sort of goals could you not achieve? I mean, there'd be no limitations, but this is what we need, because this is what the world does not have enough of. You see? So Fernando Ramirez, he's back on the platform. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I had to open my mouth.
Yes, go.
We all want the leaders. We all want the great people. We all want people that think abundantly, right? But again, going back to rewiring, the time it took to find Anna, it took me 5 years of prospecting.
Wow.
Handing out a business card, that's someone that led me to 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 someone. 5 years in my game, all right, looking for leaders. It took me 5 years to develop my skill. It took me 5 years to understand the numbers game. So through time, from 2010, where I met that person, to finding Anna in 2015, how many of you would be willing to handle 5 years to find an Anna?
Wow.
Or like Mr. GW, right? Connie left, and he kept dripping on her. He kept dripping on her. All of a sudden, she comes back. You see, we all want the great people, but in order for us to find the great people, we got to become the great people first, because we magnetize them. So last year, we lost our business, right? I mean, we were generating huge amounts of income, comfortably already, scratching my belly, having a good time, right? All of a sudden, company shuts down. I said, the first thing we need to find, when I talked to Anna, I said, we need to find a good leader with a good company. And then when I called corporate, I was very specific with the kind of leader we were looking for, okay? So when we found MWR, I told Lisha, because she was the one that I talked to first. I said, Lisha, listen, I don't want arrogancy above me. I want humbleness. And I want somebody that is going to be willing to run with us and is going to be there day in and day out. And they couldn't have selected anyone better than Mr. GW. GW is a general. He's on everything that we do. He's always, even in our Spanish readings, I don't know how he does it, but that's how much passion he has. That's why when I do my presentations in Spanish, I said, Mr. GW is like a kid in a candy store. And that's the kind of attitude we all need to learn to have. Whether you have a team or not, it doesn't matter. You become your own team first, and then all of a sudden you're going to find the right team to follow you. It's all I wanted to say. So I just love everyone. Alicia was not working with us back then. She was with the other providers. We got Alicia now in front of us, right? And we got many other leaders that are here with us. We got Michelle. Michelle is a consistent leader. I know right now she's like in a cocoon, getting ready to spread her wings, start flying, because she's always on everything too. Yes. There's another leader that is here with us and she's about to fly. So everybody that we have here, Connie said it earlier, we got 20. Let's see. And remember, I talked about people that are constantly changing faces when you take pictures on big events and things like that. I want to see these names, but I want us to cooperate next weekend, right? Next Saturday reading, each one bring one. Mm-hmm. And we can easily bring it to 40. This is a friendly conversation. We're not talking about MWR. We're just talking about mindset. And we all need it, like Mr. GW said. We all need it. Lots of people need it. We just got to find the ones that want it. Back to you.
Thank you, my brother. Absolutely. Connie, you see why I enjoy working with him so much? It's an incredible man.
Jesus, such a huge blessing. Yeah, I told him on his birthday, like, thank you for the gift you are to the planet. And thank you. You could ask.
I got to give it back to you, Connie. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You're singing. She sung a happy birthday. What a voice you have. I said, wait a minute.
Oh, she's talented.
Oh my God, bro. She, oh man, I was impressed. I go, no, that's her voice. Man, you're not just an inspirational leader, but you're also a singer. Guys, her voice is amazing.
You're so sweet. Well, and I said to Fernando, like, thank you for the gift you are, to so many. I mean, his leadership is stellar. And I said, and thank you for the gift that you've been to my dear friend Gerald, because like I have seen, I've known Gerald since 2017, and the leader, Gerald, that you have become, you set the example in the bar, and then also because you are so humble, you allow others to pour into you, and you are unrecognizable, my friend. It's been a joy to watch your transformations. And I know a big part of that was you allowing and humbling yourself to learn from other leaders. And so I did, you could ask Fernando, I said, thank you for what you've done and been in Gerald's life. And we do that for each other,
Exactly. And but you're absolutely right. What this man, Fernando Ramirez, has poured into my life in such a short period of time, it's just been phenomenal. So what you see, the end result, if I am a leader or have the capability to lead, it is a direct reflection of his pouring into me. They say, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And guys, this is what it's all about. I'm stuck to this guy. We're tied to the hip now. I'm with him for life. But I'm telling you, it's just been incredible. But this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. You guys are the absolute best. I love all of you. Let's finish what we started. Let's get this done. Connie, once again, thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for the reading this morning to kick off our new reading. Guys, if you haven't gotten the book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, we've got to go ahead and get that ordered and be ready to go next Saturday as well. And as Fernando says, let's double our numbers. Each one bring one, then we got 40. We do that again, look at what the numbers look like, so let's continue to do that. And if those 40 bring one, now we've got 80. We've got this platform book filled. And as Connie said earlier, we're going to have to make some adjustments on the participation with the Zoom and get more people engaged, because at 100, this thing locks down. So I'd love to be able to expand the viewership to 500 people. So let's finish this. Let's get this done. I want you to get ready for the 11 a.m. We've got about 30 minutes, 35 or so minutes before we launch our business presentation with Mr. Benjamin Gray at 11 a.m. So guys, get ready for that. Send out those last minute texts, make those last minute phone calls, make your invitations, bring your prospects to see what all the excitement is about. And then, help them understand too, when you get engaged with this team, you get so much more. As Connie mentioned, you know, the cost of this, you couldn't pay for this. 7 days a week, there's a platform in place to help you grow mentally, financially, and every other aspect of your life. We've got it in place now. We've got the system, the tools are here, and you've got the support. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Come at 11, again, bring your prospects, let them see what you're engaged in, and let them experience what we've experienced here this morning. So Connie, closing thoughts.
Well, I just really want to say thank you again for providing this platform. You know, you were saying like your, you know, sphere of influence, like there is not a reason for anybody to not win with this company and this platform. There's like, it's 100% on the person. And again, we want to have everybody be here next week to help like eradicate that temporary amnesia about who we are and the power that lies within us through, you know, our Lord. And between the experts and this team, I mean, I assert that other people that don't have access to this team are not winning like we're winning because of all of the training that these amazing leaders pour into. And again, like people are calling for you. It is time to rise up because you have everything you need.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I want to say to all the mothers on the platform, happy Mother's Day. We love all of you, truly adore you. And this is your day, or this weekend is your day. So happy Mother's Day to all the ladies on the platform and all the ladies in our group and on our team. But also keep in mind tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. Connie mentioned earlier, Mr. Wendell Phillips is going to be the lead trainer on our platform, along with myself and Mr. Fernando Ramirez. We're going to get into some in-depth stuff tonight to help you understand. Also, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate and welcome Ms. Giselle Curio to our leadership training team. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause. Well deserved. She brings so much to our training platform. So we're glad to have her and include her. So again, guys, happy Mother's Day, 11 a.m. Let's be there. We got 30 minutes to pack that one out. And then we come back for our training tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless you all. Love you so much. Wish I could take you guys home with me and keep you in my pocket all day. Because I tell you what, if I could have you guys with me every single step of the way, every day, all day, I'd win, and I'd win big. I'd win really big. Connie, we love you. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you at 11 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Parker.
you. Thank you, Mr. Parker.
You're welcome,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. God bless. Connie, I'll get that over to you, okay?
I so appreciate you. I hope you do know that.